5th chapter, verse 25. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years. And a certain woman, which had an issue of blood 12 years. And had suffered many things and many physicians, spent all that she had, was nothing better, but rather grew worse. When she heard of Jesus, she came in the press behind and touched his garment, for she said, if I may but touch but his clothes, I shall be healed. And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she fell in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Jesus, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned about in the press and said, who touched my clothes? And the disciples said unto him, thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and asked, who touched me? And he looked around about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, daughter, thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace and be whole of thy plague. We know this story. We don't even know this woman's name, but we know about her. It just says a certain woman. Tell you, there's certain circumstances you go through that only you go through the way you go through them, and they cause you to stand out. And there's something significant about this. It said that she was a woman that had an issue of blood 12 years. It tells us that she had an issue of blood. Now, blood speaks to life. So when you have an issue of blood, you have something going on with your life that's draining you of life. Tell you that you know issues, financial struggle. You know issues, sickness. You know issues, divorce. You know issues, singleness and you want to be married. You know issues, lost your job. You know issues. And I think that we have so often looked at this woman and the 12 years that she suffered, and we have felt that the greatest thing is when she touched the hem of his garment and grabbed the healing. But I wondered if even more significantly in her touching the garment of his hem was rather that for 12 years she lived and didn't die before she touched it. Tell somebody you need to get up and run the walls right now, because what you went through should have took you out. What you went through should have made you blow your brains out. What you went through should have made you overdose. But you didn't. The greater miracle wasn't that he healed her, but that he kept her alive, bleeding. And then, the same verse, the same phrase, and a certain woman, may I take my shoes off and still be a lady? This same verse, the same lady says, and a certain woman had an issue of blood 12 years. It tells us that every issue has an expiration date. Oh, tell your neighbor, this trouble ain't gonna last always. This trouble got an expiration date. Why not let March 12, 2010 be my expiration date? I've suffered it long enough. I've been going through 12 years. Why not let tonight be the night? But before we deal with this, just as God does with you when he's dealing with you, sometimes there's an issue before your issue. Okay, back up. Go back up to verse 21. There was an issue before this issue. Tell your neighbor, you ain't the only one. Joyce Meyer says, what about me? What about me? What about me? Is somebody other than you going through something? But God is so God that he can handle your issue, her issue, his issue, and still be God and bring all the issues into one place, and you don't even know what her issue is, and she gets the different. You didn't even know her issue, and she gets the